about cereal processing. Generally, cereal can be classified as 8 major cereals. They are wheat, maize, rice, rye, barley, oats, sorghum, and millet. And all these cereals contain more dietary protein, carbohydrate, and the complex of vitamin B, vitamin E, iron, and mineral salts, and the fiber. These cereals provide the people all of the staple food in the world. In the world, more than 70% food made over cereal. From this thing we can find. And for example, wheat flour can be made of bread, bun, noodle, cookie, macaroni, and so on. These are composition of the cereal kernel. The first is wheat, and the rice, and the corn. From this cereal kernel, we can find the wheat kernel can be consists of 3 parts. That is the endosperm, made up of 83% of the kernel. And the second part is the bran. Bran made up 15% of the kernel. And the germ in the bottom of the kernel made up 3% of the kernel. And all of these cereal kernel we can find. Wheat kernel have a curries, and the rice and the corn kernel have the simply structure. Besides of the bran, endosperm, pericarp, germ, corn kernel also contain tip carb. For this table, we can find different cereal have different content in hull, pericarp, aluminum, starch seal, and germ. From the table, we also found the corn contain more pericarp and germ. Cereal milling can be classified as 2 types, dry milling and wet milling. The main objective of the dry milling of the cereals is to obtain the endosperm in specific particle size radius. And the objective of wet milling is to remove oil and obtain the starch and the protein. For example, maize can be processed by the dry milling and wet milling to produce different products, such as dry milling have the product as granite, meal, and flour, and wet milling, from wet milling we can get the starch and the sugar, glucose, and so on. Besides of the dry milling and the wet milling, the nixtamalization processing is a special milling for the maize, can be used to produce masa flour. Before the milling, the cereal should be cleaned to remove the free material. What is the proposal of the clean of the cereal. Just because clean can be used to produce a quality finished product, produce a food safe product, and protect the person's equipment and preserve the value of the raw material. And the intended result of the milling is that no grain material is removed, and the wheat not suited for milling is removed. This section is about the material removed. Generally, grain kernels are thoroughly cleaned before milling, and no grain material, free material grain, contain the ferrous matter, sticks, trash, sap, dirt, and other grain. And the wheat, for such a, for example, this is a milling for wheat milling. Wheat, not suited for milling, is also should be removed from the cereal, such as the shocking kernel, broken kernel, and insect-damaged kernel, small kernel, and low-density wheat, and infested kernel. And how to remove this grain material from the clean processing? We should know the difference of the different foreign material. According, we can remove the foreign material according to the magnetic property and the follow property in air, and the different sizes in length and diameter, and the shape, and the friction and aberration, and friability, specific gravity and color. We can, according to the cereal difference, to remove the foreign material. For example, magic separate equipment can be used to remove foreign metal from the clean processing. And this is the air expert. Air experts are usually the first clean steps in the cereal clean processing. The air separate blow the air at the contract speed, correctly to the ground from the top to the below, and the air flow air from bottom to the top. So the light material can be removed from the air bursts. And air bursts can be also used to remove the dust, fine stuck piece from the cereal. This is about this is the cider separate. Cider separate are the usually most universal equipment used to clean grain. Generally, the cider separator consists of 3 layers. The top layer can be used to remove the larger foreign material, and the second sieve can be used to remove the small cider foreign material and remain the remain cereal from the middle of the channel. And most cider separator also contains the magnet to trace matter, rust chip, and other fluorescent particles. And sometimes some also contain the air aspect and remove the light and low density particles. This is the graphite distorter in the clean processing. Graphite separator are used to remove the stone, glass, nor magnetic matter. And sometimes another important use of the graphite separator is to sort insect and mold damaged kernel according to the density difference. For example, this is the cone beam clean. The top is the air aspect, and the second is the cider separate, and the bottom is the distorter, a graphite separate. We can use this cone beam clean to remove the light material and the different cider material and the different density material from this cone beam cleaner. And this is the precision grade to remove the according to the shape to remove the free material. For this thing we can find the small cider material can be removed from the slot. And sometimes we also use the color sorter to remove the different color free material. But the color sorter are very expensive and are normally used only in the larger capacity mill and food industry. This figure shows the clean processing in corn milling science, milling processing. From this figure, we can find the corn should be used cider separate, graphite separate, and some to clean the free material. And before milling, we also use the conditioning process to adjust the moisture and the temperature, allowing your cereal to set for a period of time, a period of 2 milling. Why do we use the conditioning processing? Just because conditioning can loosen the germ and increase the moisture content of a cereal. The second, the conditioning can loosen and toffee the bran. So the bran is not easy to grade. And the third, the conditioning can toffee the tip cup and we can easily remove the tip cup from the clean processing. And the final purpose of the conditioner is to mellow the endosperm of the cereal. And this shows the different temper equipment and processing This is to measure the water to use the conditioning, the weight, condition weight, and the machine and this processing. For this thing, we can this table shows the different weight have a different target moisture content for milling, such as the Dora weight. The optimal target moisture content is 15%, and the hard red spring weight. The optimal moisture content is between 15.5 to 16.5%, and the hard red winter sweet optimal moisture content for milling is between 15.5 to 16.5%. So we can use the condition processing to get the target moisture and the mellow the endosperm or the cereal to get the ideal product. And sometimes, some processing, we also use the blending, parent conditioning, and blending parent milling, and blending flour after milling, just because the different wheat source have a different wheat quality. So we should use the blending different wheat to get the ideal final product. This finger shows the blending processing before the conditioning and after conditioning. And this section is about milling technology of a cereal. The first is wheat milling. Typically, wheat milling is the most complicated processing in all the cereal processing. And this shows the simple wheat milling. Just we can use the wheat, clean the wheat to grade and sifting to get the flour and the bran. We just use roller mill or store mill to grind the wheat and use the size separator to separate different material from the after the milling, just according to the size of the material. And the complicated size for wheat milling have many. We should use many miller grinding the wheat and use more sieve to sifting the material to get a flour, and more larger material from the first grinding, and so the second grinding to get the more smaller material and sifting to get flour and the bran. This is a more complicated process for wheat milling, and this is most complicated milling process for wheat. From this figure, we can find wheat can be used to be processed by the former bran mill. After the former bran mill, we can get flour and the top of the size, top of the sieve, the material, on the top of the sieve to the second needle bran mill, and there we can step by step the material, the top material in the siever to the another later the bran mill, and from the bran mill we can use the purifier to purify different material to different system. This is to sediment mill, and this is a former central mill. And sometimes we can step by step to the sediment mill, to the tail mill. So we get different floor, different quality, different size, and different peptides in the dynasty. Besides, we use not only we use the sieve to separate material according to the size. In the complicated milling size, we also use the purifier to separate the material using the sizer, and using the air to separate the material according to the density and the size. So, in the complicated milling size for wheat, we can get the different many type of material to meet the product requirement. And this is a purifier. From this figure, we can find the material from the inlet and the different, and maybe have 3 layers of sieve. And this is air. According to the density, we can, according to the size, according to the density, we can get the different peptide material from the purifier. And after finishing the milling, finishing the sieve, putting the purifier, we can get the basis blower, and we should use the measurement equipment and kill the insect and magnetic separation, and flow input and securely fill, and the battering and the mixing, and flow distribution, and in the final product processing in the wheat plant, wheat mill. And the blending, just now I introduced the blending before conditioning, after conditioning, and also content the blending after the milling. We can use the blending processing to mix the micro ingredients. And this is the floor blender to mix the different flour from different systems. And sometimes we also use the agitator to mix the flour with the microingredients on stream and directly after milling. And this is processing for wheat flour blending after milling. Use this processing. I use this storage. We can using the weight measurement to mix the flour from the different system to get the different special flour, such as bread flour, noodle flour, cookie flour, and so on. And this figure shows the milling plant of 92 grew up in the milling plant. And this control center of the wheat mill in Nanjing grew up. And this section is about the rice milling. Typically, we know the aim of the rice milling is to attain the highest yield of the white rice. Should with the best quality remove the least amount of the whole of the grain and minimize burdens and little the foreign material or matter. This is the whole process for rice. The clean processing, and the holding the pandy, and the pandy separation and the conditioning for the brown rice, and thickness grinding and polishing, and sifting and separate of white rice, and mist polishing, grinding and less separation, and the second mist polishing, and the rice weighing, rice mixing, and packaging. The first is brown rice production after the clean. The pending should be remove the husk. And the husk should be separated from the brown rice. And the pending should be removed from the brown rice also. And segregation of the immature kernel should be removed from the pending, and remove the broken kernel, and reclaim of the rice in huskers. And this thing showed the huskering and separate processing. From this finger we can find, after the cleaning, the pandy put into the husker to be husked from the machine, and the separate use the air to separate the material into two types, the rice and the huskers. And we can use the distorter that is a Grubent separate to separate husk and brown rice. And the rice can be separated two types material, the pandy and the brown rice. So we can get the final product, brown rice, from the brown rice production processing. This is the husker as buried. From this thing, we can find the pandy put into the inlet from here, and we use the pressing, the feeding to control the speed of the furrow. And the material into the hull of the rubber flow, the two rubber flow. That is the high-speed roller. This is the slow-speed roller. So the pandy can be removed the hull to produce brown rice. How to remove the husking? We can have the three principles. And the mechanism have three mechanisms. The first is pressure husking using the rubber pressure to remove the husk. And also we can use the friction to remove the husk. And sometimes we also use the striking to husk the hull of the pandy. And this is the pandy separation equipment. Removal of the pandy at high from brown rice is very important to get the more white rice. And so we should use the sieve and the gravity separator to get the cleaned brown rice. This is a chip type pandy separate, is a compounded type pandy separate. From this finger we can form. After the huskery, the byproduct husker can be used the gravity to separate the husker and the brown rice. And the brown rice and the rice and the husking and the pandy mixture can be used the pandy separator to separate the pandy and the brown rice. Then the brown rice, the cleaned brown rice, can be used the thickener grinder to separate the different grand brown rice in mortar and bran can be rolled from the thickness grinder. And then we can also, after the thickness grind, we can use the intended cylinder to separate different lengths, different shape kernel from the intended cylinder to get more even brown rice. And the broken and the bran removed from the cylinder. After the cylinder, the brown rice, the cleaned, even brown rice, can be converted to the polisher to remove the bran to produce the white rice. Typically, amount of the bran about 8 to 12% is called milling degree. And the task of the bran removal is a systematic process through which the bran layer and the germ are selectively removed from the brown rice kernels and leaving the kernel largely unbroken and with a specific living appearance and functional characteristics. And how to remove the bran? We can also use the three per sample to get the white rice. The first is the fraction milling. The second is the abrasive milling. And the third is the combination milling. And this figure shows the different method of the bran removal. The first is the fraction milling using the turn action, using the fraction to remove the bran. And this is the abrasive milling using the emery to cut the surface of the brown rice. So the brown rice can be removed the surface of the brown rice. And this figure shows the different milling in equipment. The first is abrasive milling. Typically, in the milling processing of rice, the first milling is abrasive milling. Just we should use the emery to cut a channel from the in the surface of the brown rice. And from this thing, we can find in the surface of the roller have some summary. And this is a fraction milling. The surface is smooth. And this is the combination milling. From this, we can find that the white is the emery, and this is a smooth surface in the abrasive stone, fraction. And sometimes, if we want to get to the final ideal final product, white rice, we should also use the water and the air to clean, cool, and enables the production of the shining rice. And water and air is also reduce the surface of lipid concentration significantly. And the air of the milling machine relieve the pressure in the milling chamber and reduce the temperature of the rice. And the removing loose bran and starch from the surface of the rice kernel. So, in the final processing, we show the mist polishing and air to reduce the temperature and remove the bran and starch in the surface of the kernel to get the more good quality white rice. And we can use some indirect to perform the operation of bran removal system. First is merely inject whiteness of rice and the fat content, milling ratio, and the rice temperature after milling, and after polishing, after mist polishing, and the ampere, and the power cost in the milling processing, and the bulking ratio, and the rice in bran. And there are some rules for the operation bran removal system. The first is that rice will likely break early in the milling process. Second, appearance of the finished product is determined later in the milling process. Thirdly, germ is removed by the fraction miller and should be removed as early as possible in the process. Fourthly, to minimize the breaking, increase work in break where the breakage is not occurring, and decreasing the work in break where the breakage is extensive. And this thing showed the rice milling and showed the bran process milling process floor, we can find rice, the cleaned rice, the Eve rice, using the friction miller to remove bran to get rice. And the second, we can use the second broken polish to remove the bran and the rice. And the bran can use the sift to remove the bran and to add other the top of the saver to the penny separation. After the bran removed, we can also use the color sorter to remove the different color. This is the yellow rice and different white burning rice from the white rice using the color sorter. After the color sorting, color processing, we can use the rice mixing process to get the final product. Because an efficient rice milling will produce 50% of the hard rice and 5 to 15% of large broken and 5 to 15% of small broken kernel. And different country and different markets have the different requirement for the large broken and small broken and the hard rice ratio in different products. Generally, rice grade in the market will contain from 5 to 25 broken kernels. So we should use the rice mixed percent to get the different ratio of the broken rice to meet the need of the market. And this section is about the corn milling. Typically, there are three types of the dry milling process. The first is the whole corn grinding. And in this process, we use the millstones to produce a whole corn meal. And the whole meal contains a high fiber, ash, and lipid than the refined meal, and less functional for the manufacturing of the most food products, just because the whole meal from the whole corn grinding contain more fat. So the product from the whole corn grinding have a shorter safe life. And the second dry milling of the corn is dry degermination processing, and in this process, no temper on the corn prior to the process, usually used to produce smaller granulation products. For example, the burial grains, snap meal, and corn flour. And the third processing for the corn milling, dry milling, is the tempering and degermination process. This is a majority of dry corn processing for the corn dry milling. And what is the objective of the dry corn milling? The first is to separate the whole fraction germ and endosperm from the corn kernel. And the second is to create a maximum period of the separation, so maximizing yield in the process. And the Third is create the desired amount of each product stream to meet the market requirements. And this shows the two main class, yellow and white corn. And this is the corn standard in China. The first is we can from here we can get the different grain have different properties in the moisture, age, color, smell, and so on, and test weight. And this is dry milling for the corn, and this milling we should use the dryer, using the dryer to dry the material. Just because after the cleaning of the corn processing, the cleaned corn should use the conditioning, using the stream to condition the corn. So the corn contains more 20 to 25% water. So after the degerminator, the bran and the germ mixture should be use the dryer to dry the material. And the tailstock also use the dryer to dry the main kernel of the corn to maintain satisfaction to meet the grinding requirement and the sieve requirement. And after dryer, the germ and the bran mixture can use the sieve to remove to get the germ and hull and grades. And in the top of the sieve, we can use the roller mill to grinding the kernel to get to the sieve to get the different the germ hull. And the kernel of the corn, after the dryer, we can use a sieve to get the animal food to grinder, and to get the bigger size of particle corn to meet the flaking grass. And if we want to get the more smaller size product, we also use the roller mill to grind the kernel to get the more smaller size of the product, the snack food for the grains, to meet the snack food making. And if sometimes we should need the flour, we also use another roller mill to grind the kernel to get final product, corn flour. And this picture shows the product from the germinator. This is the hominy tail, and this corn germ, and this the corn bran, corn pickup. And this is a thing showing a different dry milling for corn in China. Just now I introduced a dryer using the corn milling after the degerminator. So we should use more power to dry the material. And so we change the degerminator and change the husking using the dehuller equipment and change the presence of the bran removal. And in this figure, we can find after the cleaning, the corn can be used as a conditioner to condition the moisture content between 15 to 17. There, the corn kernel can be used as a dehuller to remove the bran. There, the tail stalk can be used temper to condition the ideal moisture content to meet the germinator requirement. So in this process, we don't need the dryer to dry the material from the germinators. So have a lower cost. After the germinator processing, we can use the sieve to separate the bran and the germ. And if one gets a more smaller size product, we also use the roller mill to grind the kernel to get the different size grains, meal, and the other product. And generally, two streams of the ground method exist the dehuller. The tail stalk mainly composed of large endosperm pieces, and the through stalk made of a pericarp, a little smaller endosperm, and the germ pieces that pass through the orifice of the housing. And this picture shows the different machine for dehuller. This is this is emery dehuller. This is polishing dehuller with the polisher. And this is a germinator, and this is the magnetic select. And generally, the tail stalk with a moisture content of 13 to 14% is classified into products and co-products by the using of the Asbert size separate and the gravity separate. And the array of the refined endosperm fractions are classified by the plant sift equipped with a set of sieves ranging from SO number 2 to number 100, or set to the roller mill for further reduction of the cider. And the tail stalk typically have a bigger particle and don't meet the particle size standard for the market need. So we also use the mill to get the more smaller size to get the final product. And the endosperm fraction are finished in the pre-fire designed to remove the 5 pieces germ hormone. At most dry milling operation obtain the flaking grass, coarse grass, brave grass, fine grass, and snack meal, mason meal, corn, regular flour, and fine flour. as if we want to get the different product, and such as grass, clean germ, and the meal and the corn flour, we also use different other different equipment, such as the germ extractor and the roller miller, and the plant fire, high square plant fire, and the purifier to maintain the quality of the final product. And this section shows the final product of the dry milling for corn. From this table, we can find different product: flaking grass, coarser grass, medium grass, barrier grass, snack meal, fine meal, corn meal, corn flour, have different size, different color, and different prototypes, such as the different size, and different fat content and different moisture content in different product. From the complicated dry mill for corn, we can get different quality, different prototype product to meet different market requirements. And from the dry milling, we also get the different yield for the different product. For example, for the lacking grass, the yield of the product of processing is 12%, and the coarse grass is 15%, and the regular grass is 23%, and the flaking grass cider should through the number 3 ISO 3 and number 3.5, and should over the ISO number 6, and the fat content is about 0.37%. I also get the different flour and the meal and the germ also have different yield and different size and different fat content. If we want to get the final product in the cereal processing, we should use different machine, different processing, such as the clean processing, conditioning processing, and the milling processing to meet the market requirement. Class is over. Thank you for attention. Bye-bye.